Must hunt.
Naf Cthulhu Ria Ganadulstach.
All right. Let's get started, kids. All right, welcome in everybody. Finglui, Muguwanov, Cthulhu, Rilya, Gognoggle, Fotten. I see we've had a massive raid. Chris Nova, my friend, thank you so much for the very kind raid. Very, very kind. Welcome, raiders. Good to have you. We're gonna be doing some hacking today. Either on Hack the Box or Try Hack Me probably. We'll just be taking a box and we're just gonna hack into it. We're just gonna do it. That's what we do on Funday Sunday, and most other days. But we're gonna get all up in there. So Al, how is the new God of War? Oh, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I gotta say, it's pretty good. Let's put it that. Well, I have not beaten it yet. Before you ask, I'm taking my time with it. I'm doing all the side quests, and I'm just taking my savoring it. I'm savoring it. It's real good stuff though. I would say that
let the brain bashing begin.
I would say it's definitely absolutely a contender for Game of the Year. If it doesn't win, I'll be shocked. Because this game is a massive achievement. Like the narrative is so interesting that it's way more interesting than I was expecting it to be. Not beating it yet, slacking. I haven't been able to play it as much as I normally would play a game that I'm this excited about. I just got too much stuff going on. I've been, I only took the one day off of work, and I've been doing a lot of onboarding for Rapid 7, been in a lot of onboarding meetings. Elden Ring gonna win. I think it's gonna be between Elden Ring and God of War. I've played both of them, so I can speak to that. They're both very good games. They're both very, very good games. hack the box website. You used to have to do that even to make an account. Crypto Ghosts with 3 months. Welcome back, my friend. Chris Nova, thanks again for the raid, my friend. Thank you so much. For those of my normal followers, if you don't follow Chris Nova, make sure to give her a follow. She's way smarter than I am. We'll put it that way. She does the real dark magics. We play at being wizards on this stream, but she's actually a wizard. Reaper Grim with 7 months. Welcome back. Cyphercat, Insane Old Phoenix, Sharkonet, Teal Yoni, Mutilated Mind, Sem's Life, Welkson, and Michaela. Thanks for the follows. Alrighty. Well, why don't we just jump right into it? I'm missing way too many streams. I missed Tuesday and I missed Thursday. And it's not because of God of War. Not because of God of War at all. I've just been in onboarding meetings. If I have work meetings, they have to take precedence over the stream. I'm sorry about that. But it's just been a lot of onboarding happening. I've been playing God of War when I can, but I haven't been playing it like literally nonstop or anything. I'm doing all the side quests. I'm taking my time. I'm not sure how far through I am. I think I'm more than halfway. But I don't think I'm close to being done. If the game just sort of this game has to have some resolution to it because there isn't another game in the Norse mythology, Norse like mythology theme. So there has to be some resolution. I can't be close to the end yet because it doesn't seem close to resolving just yet. All right. Let's do a poll. We're going to do Proving Grounds on Tuesday. So let's do Hack the Box or Try Hack Me today. You're saying you can't be it's a very long game. The game is longer than the last game is. Especially if you're doing the side quests, it's going to take you some time. It is going to take you some time. Shared is pretty good. Just retired. Okay, great. Well, we're going to do polls. As always, this is a choose your own adventure stream. Let me get water really quickly while that poll is running. Where did I put my... Okie dokie. I wish I had the confidence that I could hack whatever boxes that's chosen on the poll. I mean, keep in mind I have chat to help me if I get stuck. And that happens on many boxes. On many boxes, I'll get stuck for a while and chat will recommend something. This is a collaborative effort, okay? We're all learning together here. Yeah, I'm the one on the screen doing the actual hacking, but chat often helps out quite a bit with it. So yeah. Love to see you do mnemonics, since I don't think I've done that one. I do not think I've done that one. Chat helps distract with sounds. Yes. And telling me to listen. It looks like Hack the Box is going to be the chosen one today. Hi, non-Euclidean. Good to see you. Good to see you. Let me get logged in to Hack the Box. And then we'll choose a box. I think shared was recommended. What was it? Mnemonic was recommended. Does anyone else have recommendations of boxes they'd like to see? Any thoughts on Hack the Box's new CTP CPT? I can't speak to it. I've never taken it. So, unless they want me to, I'm probably not going to take it either, unless they want to pay for me to take it, to review it, which I'd be open to, but they'd have to reach out to me for that. I got too much stuff going on right now to take another cert. I want to get my course out the door, I want to get my course out the door and on Udemy or wherever it is I'm going to put it. And get you guys learning your ADCS before I do another cert. Are we going to pick one of the recent boxes? We're picking any box, any retired box. I can't do the active boxes, but any box that is retired, I'm happy to do. I'm logging in. It's just taking a long time to load the boxes for some reason. Okay, there we go. So somebody said shared? Yeah, I see shared there. That's a Linux machine. Someone recommended mnemonic. Is that oh, that one must be active. Is that one active? Is mnemonic an active box right now? Oh, there was a box yesterday and I forgot to send out a fucking reminder. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, that one's Try Hack Me? Oh, okay. I forgot to send out a reminder. And the name of the box was Forgot. Whoops. Whoopsies. I was busy all day yesterday, so I haven't had as much time to do my God of War as I would like. Squashed was just retired. Let's see. Let's do a poll. If you want to see, if there's a particular box you want to see, recommend it. We're doing Hack the Box today. How's work? It's great so far. So far, it's great. I haven't really started any actual work. I've just been doing onboarding stuff, figuring out benefits and so on. Okay. Let's do. Okay, which company? Rapid7. Which box? If you want to, if there's a particular box that you guys want to see, let me know in the chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna pick some ones that I know have been mentioned so far. So, shared was recommended. Squashed was just released. Those are both Linux machines. We did Scrambled, I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure we did Scrambled. So we're going to have to go back in time a little bit to find a Windows box that we haven't done. We can do... Horizontal. That's interesting. I'm just kind of picking ones. All right, get your votes in, kids. Get your votes in. What do you want to see? The ones that are marked Windows are Windows machines. The rest are Linux. Did you see the new ADCS paper released by Harmjoy? How new are we talking? How new are we talking? Is there another new one? Let's see. Did he tweet about it? About 4 days ago. Does anybody have an actual link to it? Instead of just saying allegedly that it exists. I see tweets happening on the subject, but I don't see a tweet that actually links to the blog post. I'm looking for it. I don't see anything, guys. I spelled it the same as it's spelled on the box list. I don't see a link to this actual blog post, fellas. No, that certified pre-owned was last year, fellas. Okay, so I found it now. I just went straight to Spectre Ops' blog and... Oh, the PA data shit! Oh, look! Did Harmjoy finally solve it? Wait a minute. Driver was selected, by the way. I see that. Look! It's our old friend, the PA data type not supported. If the DC doesn't have a domain controller authentication, this problem can happen because the wrong certification authority is being queried or the proper CA cannot be contacted. Well, I still don't know why that's happening on Anubis, okay? I still don't know why that's happening on Anubis. But it looks like, you know, this is like a thing that happens sometimes. I don't know what was going on with that, man. That was fucking weird. Yes, CES and NDES, yes. I'll have to read through some weird enrollment EKU scenarios. Any purpose and none, no EKU, for example. This will not work for version 2+ templates. Certificate template provides one signature, but only 0 were accepted error. Oh, this is cool. When you exploit, you can enroll as another user from any version 1 schema template. I'll have to work this into the course, but that seems interesting. It looks like most of this is just clarifying. Resident allows to supply the OID and TDS CA security extension. All requesters will have to supply that value, as without that value present in the resulting certificate, authentication against the DC will not work. So it looks like ESC1 is still like a thing, but you just have to add an additional thing to it. So Certify has been updated. Okay, so it just looks like you just need to modify the tooling to make sure it works. Not a problem. ESC7 was broken in the patch, but it looks like they're weaponizing it again. So basically, ever since their original blog post came out, some stuff has changed regarding ADCS, and Harmjoy is updating. I'll make sure to give this a read, and I'll work it into the course. Do something easy this time so I can understand. Well, let's see if driver is going to be easy or not, okay? I don't typically pick boxes by how easy they are. I typically won't pick the super hard boxes. Driver is a Windows machine by the looks of things. So we'll go into... Okay. Let's do... I'm just going to start the... I'm going into the lab. We're going to start it up. Some Privesc would be nice on Windows. When have we not Privesked on Windows? Like, we're going to... Like, yeah, we're going to do a Privesk. We're going to do the thing. That is part of... Don't worry. We're going to do it. All right, we're deploying driver. Let me get my VM started up. Not that VM, this one. Can we finally get beyond just a reverse shell? We absolutely can. We absolutely can. We're going to get there. You have VirtualBox, so it's good? I don't know. I've had some problems with VirtualBox recently. I use VMware for work. but VirtualBox for my home stuff because I don't want to pay for a license. Alrighty, Gambit with the 8 months, welcome back. Unnamed Comet with the 18 months, welcome back. Jeez, for you guys are spoiling me here. All right, let's do some Hack the Box. We're not doing the release arena. I think it's .ovpn.back at this point. Pretty sure that's the one. Okay. Please use CMD or PowerShell. I'm sure I'm going to use one of those two things in this box. Don't you worry. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to use one of those two things. Anyone using QEMU for wanting boxes? I use actually on my laptop. I use QEMU. But it's only for its emulation. Because my MacBook Pro is an M1 and I need to emulate an x86 architecture sometimes. Do you use a terminal or only shell? I mean, yeah, this is a terminal emulator. But it's a. Oh no, it's Hack the Box that we're doing today. Victor driver. Tmux. It's like, why is my window slightly too big? My window is very slightly too big. And it is irritating me. And I just fucking did it again. Stop. Okay, I think we're the right size now. Okay. All right, let's change this. We're doing Hack the Box driver. Can you show us how to pirate Cobalt Strike? No. There's actually, I mean, Mudge released a YouTube video on how to crack it, I think. Okay, let's start driver off here. I think we should be ready to go. It should have started up. 10, 10, 11, 106. Let's see if we can ping it. We can. Okay, so we're starting off with our ye old nmap scan. Just learned about LSOF instead of netstat. Yeah, there's other alternatives to netstat. You run into that in containerization environments a lot. Like, for example, ifconfig is often not installed. That's technically a deprecated tool. You should be using SS. Or IP. All right, we're waiting for our nmap scan to finish, and then we'll get started here. Why not use Rust scan? It's so fast. I know a lot of people use like Rust scan or mass scan or whatever. I just prefer to use old nmap. Just good old nmap. At least for boxes like this. If I'm scanning a lot of IPs all at once, I'll probably use mass scan. But for just scanning one box, nmap is just fine. So we do see port 445 is open. We don't see any of the traditional hallmarks of a domain controller, so probably not an Active Directory domain. Unless those ports are being hidden from us. We do see a port 80, so let's take a look at port 80. My proxy is listening. Let's turn it off. Or is not listening. Okay, we get basic authentication. Okay, I just put admin. I just did admin. Okay. I literally just typed admin. I start with that on every single login. Yeah, exactly.
Hackerman.
I'm in. The classic admin. Okay. All right. Well. All right. So we see that it's a printer. Driver updates. I noticed that the box is called driver. We can upload firmware. Does this not go anywhere? It looks like drivers updates doesn't actually go anywhere. But firmware updates does. Contact. So the only one of these links that works is the firmware update. Is this like a custom page, or is this? It looks like this is a custom page. We do have update firmware. Let's do crackmap exec and enum for Linux before I forget about it. Well, I hope it doesn't expect actual driver code. I can't imagine it would. It's probably something real simple. We could send it binary data. We're just gonna make sure we fully enumerate everything before we get into it here. Let's try a guest account. Account disabled. Nothing there. Let's do cd opt enum for Linux tacng. Python 3 enum for Linux. Let's do a git pull really fast. This one is updated fairly frequently. Okay, we're up to date. Python 3 enum for Linux tacng.py 10.10.11.106. Okay. It's possible that it's very unlikely, but we can try it at least. We can try opt 10.10.11.106 tac u admin tac p admin. Login failure. It was possible. It was possible this was using NTLM authentication, so it was worth a shot. Writable file share like the last one. We have a file upload here, but I don't think we have any file shares that we can access at the moment. I'm noticing that this is a PHP page. FW up. I guess that's firmware updates.
Must hunt.
I guess we can do a Go Buster. Six. Tac W. We'll do PHP file extensions. See what we get there. It could be as simple as, this is a PHP-based page, so it could be as simple as uploading to, let's see how the file upload works. Let's turn on burp. Start up burp here. Yeah, it looks like, well, we're gonna see how we'll see how the file upload works. We see that it's PHP up here, so. Upload the respective firmware update to our file share. We'll review the uploads manually. Okay, so what are we thinking, fellas? And I'm really embarrassed because I did, what was the box not this past week, but the week before that? We had a Windows box where we had something like this happening. And we had something like this happening. Was it Flight? Yeah, it was Flight. There you go. In Flight, and it for whatever reason didn't click in my head. Like really embarrassingly, it didn't click in my head to do what. Okay, so if you read something like this, what are you expecting? What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? We'll review the uploads manually on a Windows box. What do you think? You guys got any thoughts as to possible attack vectors? An auto exec? Nope, not an auto exec. Not in this case, anyway. Maybe in real life you would consider something like that. So we don't have to upload actual firmware. Nope. No, you guys aren't thinking the right way here. That's okay. Oh, Angel D. Angel D gets there. What was the one I used last week? NTLM theft. This one. So this may take a little trying. So on Flight, spoiler alert, on the Flight box there is a writable file share at one point, and the share is getting viewed and cleared by another user routinely. But most file extensions are refused. I deeply recommend using NTLM theft because this is a let's just look at NTLM theft really quick. Did I turn on burp? I turned it on, but it looks like I didn't do any of the things. There we go. We hit OK. This is also a very common attack vector in real life, to just throw up a malicious file on a file share to harvest NTLM hashes. This is a very, very common thing. Oh, yeah. What I'm thinking of is the make sure socks proxy is off. HTTP history. Okay. Okay, so NTLM, theft, GitHub. Okay. This is the tool I used on Flight. So what this is going to do is it's going to generate a bunch of files that are going to be used to capture NTLM hashes. It's going to do basically it's going to make as many files as possible. I thought Responder catches NTLM. It does, but it needs something. We need something to generate the request. For Responder to catch. Basically, we need to force their machine. We need to force the machine to try and authenticate to ours. And Responder is going to facilitate that catch for us. NTLM relay is if you want to do an NTLM relay attack, but you cannot do you cannot relay authentication back to the machine that it originated from. You originally could, but that was patched long ago, back in the 2000s. These days you have to relay to a different machine. In this case, NTLM relay does not really help us because there's only one machine involved. So we need to make sure we just need to capture a hash and then crack it. The question is which one of these we should use. The most common one that works for me is Link. My whole VM is locked up right now. This only happens on stream. It never happens off stream. These lockups where the VM just locks up like this, I have no idea why this is happening. So, NTLM theft basically just makes it convenient because it'll generate all of these files for you. It'll generate all of these files for you. LNK is a shortcut file. So what happens with an LNK, the reason an LNK file is good for this is because you can have the icon. Is this video going to be in YouTube? Yes. You can set the icon to an SMB path. Does it do any spoofing? Is it OSCP safe? It does not do any spoofing. It is OSCP safe. I would say, God, it's locked up again. What is going on? Oh. We're waiting. I don't know why it's locking up like this. The whole fucking VM locks up for long periods like this. Anytime. Okay, let's just close that. I don't know why it's locking it up repeatedly, but let's just close that. So we're going to generate a lot of files here. So ntlm theft.py. Let's see what the options are again. We can just generate all. It's going to generate files of all these types. And then we can just upload a bunch of them and see which one works. That's what I did on flight. TAC S. The server is going to be our server, so 10.10.14.30. Okay. And then TAC F, the base file name, Cthulhu, I guess. Can we specify like an output file? I guess we'll just do sudo. And presumably it'll output to this directory. Okay. Okay, Cthulhu right here. Okay, so here's all of our files. Here's all of our files here. So there you go. We could try uploading basically all of these. Let's try the LNK file first. Sudo responder taci. Not eth1. We want ton0. Okay. Let's do that actually in a different tab, so that I can have a list of files in that directory. Sudo responder taci ton0. Okay, let's make sure all of the servers are on. HTTPS. WPAD is off because I didn't turn it on. It is off by default. All right, all that looks good. All right, we're just going to start uploading files. Let's just start uploading some files, and we'll see which one we get a hash for. I'm assuming that's the way forward. You guys who have done this box can feel free to correct me if I'm just off base. But by the language on the page itself, this indicates that it's the path forward to me. Let's do other locations. Optional. NTLM theft. Cthulhu. Let's do the LNK file. Submit. Okay. And we immediately get it. There we go. So the LNK file is the one you wanted here. And you see we're getting like a million of them now. But we don't need that anymore. So we've got a
fine addition to my collection.
Does that make sense? So the LNK file was set to, if you loaded a directory with the LNK file in it, the operating system will automatically try to get the icon for that file. You know that if you open up the file explorer, for instance, and let's just look at my projects folder. Like, just look at all this stuff. Do you see how each of these ones has an icon? All these have icons? Well, for shortcut files, you can specify the icon. So, you can specify an SMB path. So, we're just... with the operating system is just going to automatically try to load the icon from that path. And in so doing, it's going to try and authenticate to responder so we can get Tony's credentials. Does that make sense to everybody? Very common attack in real life. Always love seeing that. Whenever you get into a situation where you can force a box to authenticate to you somehow, or not just force the box to authenticate to you, but get into a situation where you know a user is going to be looking at your file or interacting with your file, consider this attack on CTFs. Okay? Technically, yes. Technically, what? What do you mean by yes? Tony.hash. Let's try and crack this here. And Lil Tony immediately cracks. The credentials must be cached in memory? Yes, that is correct. The box will automatically, Windows will automatically take the credentials from your session and try to authenticate. It happens all in the background so as not to burden the user with constantly trying to put in their password to authenticate to things. So we do have, let me get some notes happening here. Trisma, welcome in. HacktheBox driver. Okay, we've got Lil Tony. What do you use for notes? I use Obsidian. I use Obsidian for notes, see? Okay, so we've got Tony's password, so let's go crack map exec. SMB 10 10 11 106, I think it is. Tac U, Tony, Tac P, Lil Tony. I gotta stop using the Kali one. Okay, we can authenticate here. What do you use for notes on a red team for collaboration? I have a tool. Well, I mean, I still have my own personal notes on a red team assessment. We coordinate in Slack. So we all have our own individual notes. We don't really take team notes. Let's do tac shares. So not a repo? No, we don't usually have a repo just for an engagement because we have a lot of engagements. Do you use Obsidian? Yeah, I just showed it. We don't have read access to any shares, I'm noticing. We did a num for Linux, didn't we? I guess we can stop this. We did a num for, okay, we did a num for Linux. Can we specify credentials for a num for Linux? We've got to be able to specify credentials. Tac U and Tac P, imagine that. So let's do Tac U, Tony, Tac P, Lil Tony. See what a num for Linux finds there. Theoretically, if we could not crack the hash, what should we try? Something else, because you can't do anything with that NTLM relay. You can't do anything with that NTLM v2 hash, like you can't use it in pass the hash attacks or anything like that. You can only use it. You can only crack it. So try harder to crack it, and if you can't crack it, try something else. Is this current attack vector also viable for on Samba for Linux? It's a different implementation of the same protocol, right? It is. Yeah. I don't think Samba uses NTLM authentication though. I could be wrong. And also the Linux, I don't think would automatically load the icons. The NTLM authentication is what is vulnerable here, not necessarily SMB. The vulnerable part is NTLM authentication. Okay, so did we get anything? We got some usernames I saw. Tony, administrator and guest. Backup operators. So we got a little full list of groups here. But these are all built-in groups. The only shares I'm seeing our C dollar, admin shell dollar, and IPC dollar, which is a shame because I had assumed that there was going to be a share here, which is unusual. Nothing, huh? Well, god damn it. We can try, I guess, crack map exec with some other authentication. Let's do the newer ops. 1010 11 106. Wouldn't it be better? It's not automatically opened. We don't know that it's being clicked on and opened. If that was the case, then yeah, we could just upload an exe, potentially. But that may not be the case. We don't know that they're actually clicking on it. That's not a hash. This needs to be tac P for password. We tried SMB. It authenticates. We can try WinRM. There's got to be something we can do with these credentials. Maybe we can try logging into the web page as Tony. There's not a whole lot to look at here. Like, normally when we get that first set of credentials, I can start, like, running Bloodhound and so on. Okay. So, it looks like WinRM just worked, and as usual, I am vastly overthinking it. Per usual. Yeah, we're just using WinRM. So we can crackmap exec is telling us that we have local admin here. But this is not accurate. It always says this for WinRM. If you have WinRM access. I doubt we are local admin. Especially because we couldn't access any of the shares. Evil WinRM, tac I, 1010 11 106, tac U, Tony, tac P, Lil Tony. And there we go. So we're in as Tony.
Hackerman.
I'm in. We did it, boys. I'm fed up with my job, ops, and blah, blah, lots of stuff. I like low-level stuff, and I like x86 assembly. What should I do to get a job in security? Well, I mean, you don't necessarily... Just because you're in security doesn't mean that you're working in low-level stuff. But my recommendation would be to... My recommendation would be to get a cert or two. Tinker with some reverse engineering and exploit development sort of things and get a certification or two. Can I call you Tony for the rest of the stream? No. Decidedly no. Okay, do we have a user.txt here somewhere? See... I gotta stop doing it in this directory because he doesn't have an app data. But if he had an app data, this would be a lot more output than I want. So there is a user.txt on the desktop. All right, so we do have user.txt there. Does anybody have any questions on user before we proceed to doing some Privesk? Anybody have any questions about any of that stuff that we just did? Nothing? Nobody has any thoughts? Nothing? I studied cybersecurity. It's a waste of resources. It's not a waste. It's not a waste. Learning stuff in cybersecurity is not a waste. NTLM relay. We can't do NTLM relay on just one box. You cannot take an authentication request from a box and relay it back to that same box. It does not work that way. Windows does not allow that. Are you wearing shoes and socks? Yes. I just did the very basic try hack me yesterday, so seeing you do something a little higher level is really cool. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's pretty basic. This is still pretty basic stuff. But hopefully it all makes sense to you, the Kyle. Hopefully all of this makes sense to you. You can see my logical, how my brain is working with it. Does the LNK to SMB work across the internet via email or only through the network? Only through the network. Usually SMB is not allowed outbound. From firewalls, that is. Is this a retired box? Yes. Okay, so does he have an app data folder? One thing I'm in the habit of doing is looking at PowerShell command line histories on these boxes. GCI TAC hidden. I'm guessing he does not. He does actually have an app data folder. I don't know why we didn't get. Why it didn't recursively. Maybe because it was hidden. Maybe this command doesn't do. Doesn't recurse for hidden directories, and in this case, app data was hidden. So let's check app data. PowerShell command histories are in. I did this on flight 2, and there was not like the history had been manually removed on that box. I think it's in roaming. Microsoft. I think that should be in PowerShell. I don't see. Maybe Windows. PowerShell. PS read line. You can't fool me on this shit anymore. Ever since we had that one box, there was some box like literally like 6 months ago that we did on stream, and I was stuck on it for like an hour, unable to do anything. And then somebody finally recommended that I look for the PowerShell command line history. And sure enough, there were just credentials in there. So, like, ever since then, I've been like, always check the command line history. Just always look for it. So, let's just try and type this out. Let's see what we get here. We're adding a printer. This is not as useful as I was hoping. This was not as useful as I was hoping. So it's trying to add a printer. This has got to be a hint though, right? This has got to be some kind of hint. WinPeas finds it. Okay, well, I try not to. I don't really run WinPeas often, so. Windows had CVE on printer. I mean, there are a lot of CVEs for the Ryko PCL6. Let's just Google that. Ryko PCL6. Is there like a specific... There is a specific version. Now, you were not seeing like exploit or CVE or anything like that, but let's just take a look. Credentials folder, 2 directories up. Usually there's not just clear text credentials sitting on Windows. Most of them will be protected by DPAPI. Guys, I doubt this is PrintNightmare. A PrintNightmare might work on it, but it needs to have a printer driver, or it needs to have the print spooler service. I doubt it has the print spooler service. Usually that's on domain controllers. How's Star doing? I don't know where she is right now. I think she's running around out there because I keep hearing something outside. Or outside the room. Okay. So what's happening here? Okay. It affects several Windows printer drivers for a wide range of printers by the printer manufacturer Ryko due to improperly set permissions of file system entries that are installed when a printer is added.
Thank you for carrying our child, Mr. Streamer.
You're welcome. Due to improperly set permissions of file system entries that are installed when a printer is added to a Windows system, which it has, any local user is able to overwrite program library files with their own code. The improperly protected library files are loaded by the Windows print isolation host.exe, which is a privileged process running a system. When an attacker overwrites library files that are used in an administrative context, the library code gets executed with administrative privileges as well. Thus, the attacker is able to escalate privileges to system. Unaffected printer drivers such as the PCL driver for Universal Print version 4.23. That seems to be correct. So need to install the driver, add a printer. In standard Windows installation, adding a printer does not need administrative account. During the printer setup, the process of print isolation host creates a directory and installs several files in this location, including several DLL files. Every user has full control over the installed DLL files as shown below. So the everyone group has full control. That's what the F is. So we could just overwrite one of these DLLs, right? When a DLL file from Ryko is overwritten in the right moment by a local attacker, print isolation host.exe process loads the attacker-provided DLL file as shown in the screenshot below. Afterward, the library code gets executed with system privileges because the print isolation host uses system privileges. This attack idea has been implemented in a proof of concept exploit. Excellent. Proof of concept. We like proof of concepts, don't we, kids? So it's just a batch script. So, wait, how does this work? Okay. Set DLL watermark.dll. Metasploit has a Ryko driver privesc module. Well, I guess we could try that. Let's do it manually first, and then we can try it with that. And we can do payload DLL. So it looks like we have a simple DLL here. How do you compile this, though? Does it have compilation instructions? This is the correct printer name. Is that C or C++? Looks like C. It's just creating a very simple Windows DLL. So it's just copying our malicious file. Into the... It seems like we just need to make a malicious DLL. Here we can see it actually executing the printui.dll. So I guess we're adding a printer. Looks like it's a race condition to overwrite the DLL before it gets loaded when setting a printer. Like, can't you just, like, let's see, does the directory already exist? Was it in program data? I guess not. I guess it wasn't it in program data? Yeah, Ryko DRV. Is overwritten in the right moment. So yeah, it's probably a race condition like you're saying. It is probably a race condition. Love to determine what to do in how to determine what to do in cybersecurity. I love pen testing, AppSec, low-level things, but I do not know what to do. A lot of people are in that ballpark. Blaju. Do you have OSCP yet? I recommend trying to get OSCP first and then trying to decide from there. Can you send the blog? Oh, by the way, speaking of OSCP, if you guys remember the CTF I did some time ago, where the top prize was a was a OSCP voucher. That guy just DM'd me on Discord today and showed me his OSCP completion certificate. So that guy now has OSCP because of the voucher that I gave him. So congrats to him. Very congratulations to that fine man. That was quick. Yeah, no, he's definitely hard charging. He's a smart dude. Really smart dude. So, do we have to execute this, I wonder, to get it to... I guess we can try this. We try executing this and see if we get anything. Add printer is not recognized. But there is nothing in program data. Make him a VIP on this channel. I mean, he definitely killed, like absolutely destroyed that CTF. He did a really nice job. He was the first person to finish it. Like, what I'm wondering is, do I need to run something in order to get this thing to appear? Because that directory is not here. Firmwares. Nope. This must be the file directory that that the web server uploads to. There's temp as well. Oh. Okay, this looks like something. This looks like the firmware. Like the RICU. Yeah, this looks like the firmware at least. Did you search for it? I looked for it in program data, but there's nothing in there. I'm wondering, do I need to try and install this, or is it already installed and the print driver is somewhere else? I'm just a little bit lost here. I see the general way forward. I just don't really understand how to do it from where I am. Is there a find equivalent in What do you mean by a find equivalent? Oh, you mean like searching? I think GCI will work for the most part. GCI will... It's not as robust as the find command, but GCI should work for you, I think. Like... I mean, this clearly is the way forward, but I don't understand... Is it going to work with Metasploit? Like, we don't have those directories. This directory is not on the box. Like, this program data directory is not there. So, and judging from the console history, that was already run. But there's nothing there. I mean to use the search command. Buddy, I just said GCI. The get child item command will do that. How many times do I have to say GCI will do it? It's got it, but it would be in this specific place. It would be in program data. It's not just going to put it in some random directory. It's going to put it in program data every time. Search Ryko. Ryko driver privilege escalation. Yeah, it'll be there during installation. Listen, I understand that, but I don't understand how to install it. Like, what do I run to make it install? I'm not molding, Mike Sec. You are molding. I'm trying to figure out what this exploit wants me to do. I guess it wants to execute this. So what does this do then? Executes proof of concept exploit. Okay, so I guess we need the payload DLL. But what does it need to be called? Just watermark DLL? And then we have poc.exe, I guess? I hate it when people make these exploits and then don't include any instructions on how to actually use them. I don't want to do it with Metasploit yet. Let's do... Is there a GitHub? Initial proof of concept exploit written in C#. So is there a CVE number assigned to this? Here we go. Okay, let's keep that blog open. GitHub. Okay, this is annoying me. Yeah, we got Metasploit framework. Ryko driver privilege escalation in Metasploit. Again. Eisendaski, it's a race condition. Apparently, the directory is only present for a very short period of time. So, or else it would be on the box already. We would see it. Since we don't see it, I'm guessing. So this is just the Metasploit version. Alright, I guess I'm doing it with Metasploit. I don't feel like messing around with Ming right now, trying to use an exploit that is not clearly documented. Okay, do we have Windows Defender? And also, people keep asking me stuff like, can you use the find command to search for it? Like what possible good does that do me? Like, what am I doing? Oh, get process. I want to see if we have Windows Defender. We do see explorer.exe open, but we expect that because remember we had a user browsing to our shared that folder. So okay, I'm not seeing the Windows Defender service even running, so it must be disabled via group policy. So we'll let's get a interpreter shell. The easiest way to do this is probably through the scripted web delivery. This one? Oh, use one. Okay. Show options. Show payloads. Let's just do set payload. Set L host 1010 1430. Set L port 8443. Local host or network interface to listen on. That's just going to be mine. Yes. Set show targets. Set target PowerShell. Okay, let's do that. Run. Run the following command. Okay. So we should be able to just come over here to come over here and run this. There we go. Interpreter session 1 opened. Okay. Sessions. Sessions tag I1. Get UID. We are... Okay. Background. Okay. And now we can search Ryko. Use 1. Show options. Set session 1. Set localhost. 10.10.14.30. Set local port 4444. Or no, we'll just do 8444, I suppose. Run. See if we get it. Oh, it looks like I used. This is a 32-bit architecture, and we need we need to set payload. Why port 8444? That's just the one. I just prefer to start with 8443 and work up from there if I need more ports. That's just a personal preference. 8443 is like the alternate SSL port, so it's often allowed outbound, but there's really no other reason to use that one in particular. Okay, we're adding a printer. Metasploit should take care of the process of copying a DLL into that directory at the correct time. I'm trusting you, Business Daddy. Come on, Business Daddy. You can do it. Everybody send Business Daddy your energy. Come on, Business Daddy. Come on, I'm trying to show your products on my stream. What is a Business Daddy? I work for Rapid7, so technically they are my Business Daddy. Rapid7 owns Metasploit. And we will do a stream looking at Metasploit Pro, by the way. They're going to give me I've asked. They said that they'll give me a Metasploit Pro license on request. So we will do a stream tinkering with Metasploit Pro just to see what the fuck is up with that. I'm not sure how Metasploit Pro even differs from regular Metasploit, but we're going to find out. Can you explain why you're using the handler web delivery? So I just didn't want to upload do MSF Venom and upload to the box. I didn't want to go through all of that. So I just had it run... run a PowerShell script that started an interpreter payload. That's all. Would like to see Metasploit Pro versus AV. I don't know how good it is. I've never used Metasploit Pro. Come on, Business Daddy. This is taking forever. It doesn't always work from the first time. You might need to run the exploit repeatedly until it actually works. I mean, that's common with these kinds of exploits. So that's one reason why, especially with like a race condition, I wanted to make this exploit is not well documented. Like, I'm not really sure exactly how I'm supposed to do it. It's just like, oh, this is the batch script, and this is the... I just don't want to deal with it. I just don't want to deal with all the variability there. You might have to migrate to a different process. I mean... I don't know why I would have to migrate to a different process, but it's possible. I don't think it does AV evasion, does it? I mean, it can. If you notice, it did an AMSI bypass. Like, it did an AMSI bypass right there. And then it delivered the payload. So it does do a little bit of AV evasion. Does it often take this long? Dizzle Rizzle with the 9 months. Welcome back. What are we naming our baby? Well, thank you for carrying our child. Like, what? I was wondering what that was all about when it was sent. Thank you so much, though. Jackie Olson with the 7 months. Welcome back, my friend. And then I got a bunch of follows I got to get caught up on. I'm so far behind. Let's get caught up while we're waiting on Business Daddy here. Antrafox, Becca Bug, iWiz, Tegora, DevD, Minion Pengu, Stay Home CS, AA Allen, Dank Gur TV, Mean Machine, Rex, Odd Opus Composer, Alaj Mo, Big Urt, Cap CE, Baux, Bauxite. Bauxite. Okay. Yeah. Bauxite. The Kyle, Luke Benchwarmer, Pi FFS, H-Man, Forrest Flaneur, B Santana Scalper, and Adiuza. Thank you all for the follows. Have a good one, Cyro. Thanks for being here. Tau Pao, thanks for the follow. Cthulhu Fountain to all of you. And it appears that it can't be that it takes this long, can it? What's going on here? Okay, I don't care. Please stop. All right, thank you. I mean, the session is still active. The session is fine. Like, is it... I'm assuming it's doing all this for me. Okay, it's running it. Target is vulnerable. Like, how long should I wait to see if it worked? Failed my second OSCP attempt. It happens, my dude. It happens. Don't let it get you down. Don't let it get you down. It's gonna be fine. Third, I had no clue on. Are you spending too much time on a box when you get stuck? Are you just spending too much time on the box when you get stuck? Like, you're just wasting too much time? That's a common thing that people do. You get stuck on a box. If you get stuck on a box for too long, you should just rotate to another machine and come back to the other one with fresh eyes later on. Come on, dude. Like, this exploit, does it fucking work? Like, what the hell? Like, it just says adding printer forever. I don't know what it's trying to do. I don't know if I need to do more. I don't get it. I don't know if this is... Do you hack real world? What do you mean by that, Forrest Flaneur? What do you mean by real world exploits? Like, yeah, they're real. What? It doesn't seem like this just... It seems like this just doesn't work. I don't know why. I don't know why we're just waiting here for 1,000,000 hours. And hangs in 0? Okay, let's try that. That's a good idea. Let's try that. I mean, that's a reasonable idea. Get UID. Get PID. PS, we're 1948. I don't know what... Oh, yeah, we are in session 0. You're right. We are in session 0. Let's migrate into one of these Explorer processes. 2832. Can I migrate into a non-existent process? Super. Do we have... I need in session 1. It looks like 2640, I guess, would probably be a good one. We just need to be in one that's in session 1. Session 0 is usually reserved for system processes, so things work differently. Get PID. Okay. Let's background this. And let's try it again. That's a good idea. Thank you, chat. Let's run it. See if it. Let's see if it works this time. Oh, there it goes. See, there you go. Nice job. Whoever recommended that, nice job. Is there anything in the world that feels better than seeing sending stage in and then Meterpreter session 1 opened? I'm not entirely sure that there is. It looks like it's trying to load Meterpreter. Hang on. Let's not get too excited just yet. What about exploit failed but no session created? Why would that feel good? Why would that feel good? That doesn't feel good. It's trying its best. Listen, we all need to trust in Business Daddy, okay? Business Daddy is gonna work out. Is gonna make it work, okay? We're gonna send Business Daddy our energy. There we go. Meterpreter session 2 opened. See, Business Daddy got there in the end, okay? Business Daddy got there in the end. Get UID. We're system. Okay. Does anybody doubt Business Daddy now? I saw a lot of doubt in this chat, and we got there. Okay, we got there at the end of the day. We're gonna do it with PrintNightmare too. So we got root.txt there. Let's do it with PrintNightmare as well. See if PrintNightmare works. Okay. We still have our session 1. So we can search PrintNightmare. For those who don't know, PrintNightmare is a... Let's look up PrintNightmare really quickly. My expectation... I think that PrintNightmare came out in 2021, so my expectation is it will actually work on here. Assuming there is a print spooler service running, which there seems to be. But if you want to read about this, critical security vulnerability affecting... Basically, it allows... 2 variants, 1 permitting remote code execution and 1 leading to local privilege escalation. You basically could force the print spooler to load a driver from an untrusted source, if I remember right. I don't remember exactly how it works, but you could force the print spooler service to load a driver. It's a nasty one. I've never actually used it in the field, but that's not to say it isn't useful. I just haven't had an opportunity. I think it always works as a local privesk, and for RCE, it needs to be on a domain controller. Is anyone gonna fucking describe how the fucking vulnerability works? Like... Like, I hate this where they're like, oh, it's a vulnerability, and it's like, okay, can you please tell me how it fucking works? That's why I'm looking at these. In June 2021, so a little over a year ago. Exploit exists with an RPC add printer driver. This exists to enable remote printing and driver installation. It's a necessary function that trusts IT admins with SE load driver privilege. This provides the ability to install new printer drivers. This becomes an exploit because it means any authenticated user, not just the trusted permitted sysadmins, can add any print driver to Windows. Any random user can escalate this privilege to become domain admin. Therefore, if they're a malicious actor... Okay, so it lets untrusted users load drivers. That's basically what it is. So let's search PrintNightmare. We can use this. Or use 0. Show options. Set payload. Okay, so we're setting all the options. So we're going to use the SMB service to load a driver. Server host. The loco. So we have to... Wait, I don't want to use it on a remote thing. I want to use it as a local, as a privilege escalation. Can you use it as a privesc with Metasploit? Wait, what are we doing? Wait, stop. Stop sending stage. I guess we have invoke PrintNightmare. I guess we can do that. Let's do it that way rather than with Rapid7. Or with Metasploit, excuse me. Okay. Okay. So, all right, so we're going to do invoke PrintNightmare. Let's try that. Get hun. Get hun. No. Okay, there we go. PrintNightmare, local privilege escalation. That's what we want. Proof of concept exploits and a C# rendition we had not seen on native implementation. Oh, John Hammond and Caleb Stewart both contributed to this. Nice. Okay, cool. Add a new user to local administrators group by default. Does not need to work with RPC or SMB. It's only contacting the spooler directly. A gzip payload for a custom DLL. It's patching according to your arguments. Okay. And it's accessing Windows APIs. Okay, let's do this. Let's git clone that. CD, CVE. Okay. Wait, so how does this... Wait. Do I have to put the whole fucking thing up there? Wait, do I need Nightmare DLL up there as well? It looks like I need the whole fucking thing up there. Great. Okay, is there one that doesn't require me to upload literally the entire fucking GitHub repo up there? C#, maybe? Why is everything so frustrating today? I don't want the remote code execution version of it. I think you just need the PS1. FBI, open up! I mean, I guess we can try it, but if it complains, I'm holding you accountable. What's it called? This? Let's try. Great. Now, Evil WinRM is hanging. There we go. Okay, wget 10, 10, 14, 30. Okay. Ipmo pn.ps1. And the whole fucking VM just locked up. Or not the VM. Why didn't it? Okay. pn.ps1. Okay. Set execution policy bypass. Is it current user? Bypass? God damn it. Everything has to be so fucking frustrating today. Jesus fucking Christ. It's scope current user, I think. It's tax scope. There we go. Okay, we got it. Okay. Okay. Let's see if it works. I'm holding you accountable, chat, if this doesn't work. Okay. Invoke Nightmare, and it adds a username and password. Driver name. Let's do something like this. New user. And password. Let's make this a lowercase. Okay. Let's see what that does. Okay. It looks like it did work. Okay. It looks like the DLL is embedded in the PS1 file as I expected it originally. Let's get... it's net user. Yeah, we do see my user has been added. Net local group administrators. Yep. Okay, we're in there. So we can exit out and we can do Evil WinRM with this. And then Cthulhu 1, 2, 3. And there we go. I didn't want to use PrintNightmares because it's more up to date. The box was created in 2020, and PrintNightmare was 2021 vulnerability. So it's not really sporting to use what are essentially 0 days. What shit is he hacking? We just finished the driver box on HacktheBox. HacktheBox driver. All right, what questions do you guys have? Raphael Gaz, thank you for the follow. Or Gazi. Raphael Gaze? Raphael Gaze? I don't know what it is. Okay. What questions do you guys have about any of that? Anything? Seeing root on Windows? What clue what that is exactly? So HacktheBox is a platform for practicing your hacking skills in a legal, ethical environment. They put intentionally vulnerable machines up there for us to hack, and we just finished one of them. So we have administrator on a Windows machine that we started. We started from nothing, like we didn't have access to the box at all, and we. How was the process migration useful? So there's session 0 and there's session 1. Okay. In a Windows environment. Session 1 is essentially a user mode session where you have like a proper user session that's prepared to to do user stuff. Session 0 is like a system session. So you don't have sometimes in session 0, a lot of times in session 0 you won't have access to a lot of things that you'll have in session 1. So that was the key to making the actual exploit that's supposed to work on this box work. Is just setting it to session 1. Or migrating into a process more accurately that is in session 1. Does anybody have any questions about that? How are you switching between sessions? So Metasploit does it with the migrate command, but it's just process injection. So I have a YouTube video on process injection if you want to see a simple example of it. I'm going to be releasing another YouTube video on process injection shortly as well. Basically, you allocate some memory in the process you want to migrate into. You migrate into that process, and then you start a new thread in that process with your running your malicious payload. I'm not sure how Metasploit does it with the migrate command. My guess is create remote thread. What about using this in the wild? What about AV when you push PowerShell script? So there obviously, I checked for antivirus beforehand. There's not always going to be antivirus in real life, but there often is, especially in corporate environments. So you'll just have to obfuscate the PowerShell script ultimately. You'll really just have to obfuscate the PowerShell script. There's no getting around that. You can obfuscate it. You would obfuscate the PowerShell script, or you would or you disable antivirus in some way, or bypass AMSI. Do you have public notes of your methodology? Yeah, they're available on my Patreon. And also, like, you see my methodology all the time on my stream. So it would not let you migrate to Explorer. I think various Explorer sessions are starting and stopping all the time as the user logs in to check that one directory. Normally, Explorer is very stable. There's an Explorer.exe process running every time you log into Windows. Right now, I'm on a Windows machine talking to you guys. There's an Explorer.exe process that's been running this whole time. Normally, Explorer is a tremendously stable process that's very safe to migrate into. In this particular environment, I think there's a user logging in to check the file share every so often. So Explorer is starting up and slowing to end, stopping over and over again. I think. I don't know which is worse, Python 2 or zlib compression. Oh, I do. Python 2 is worse. Aminux, thank you for the follow. The Real Beer Vampire, which is an excellent name. Thank you for the follow. O2SF3, thanks for the follows as well. Babaus Cadem, thank you for the 69 nice Tiggle biddies. Alrighty, boys. Unfortunately, this box was a little bit short. And we're in kind of a... We could do a quick one. Do you guys want to do... Actually, let's do a quick one. Let's just pop over to Try Hack Me and see if there are any quick ones. How about that? You guys want to do a quick one on Try Hack Me real quick? Let's do a quick one on Try Hack Me. I don't want to leave you guys in the lurch. Let's do... Hack the Box machines usually take a little bit longer. So let's do a quick one on Try Hack Me. Because I feel bad that I didn't stream very much this week at all. It was out of my control, really. I just had meetings. I just had work meetings. But regardless, I want to make sure to get you guys your fix of the malding, okay? I got time. Today's Sunday. I don't have anything going on today except for God of War stuff. Try Hack Me Sea Surfer is really quick. Yeah, Sea Surfer was not quick, okay? Did not finish that one very quickly. Did not finish that one very quickly. That one took me like 6 hours. Do challenges. Okay. What do you guys think? Neighbor. We have PrintNightmare again. Bedrock. All right. If there's a particular box you want to see, I'm trying to pick easier ones that I'll get through quicker. Because I don't want to be here all night. Neighbor is such a big disappointment. I mean, I guess we'll put it in there then. Bedrock. Committed. Plotted TMS. And I guess we'll do gallery as well. All right, which you want to see? Get your votes in. Neighbor is like a 20-second box. I'm just picking them at random. Okay, I just picked random ones that didn't have this little check mark indicating I'd done them before. Get your votes in, kids. Oh, I forgot about mnemonic. Is that a... maybe it's not an easy box. Yeah, it's a... We'll have to do this one another time. It looks like there's brute force and code. We'll do this one another time, but in this one we're just picking a quick, easy one. But we'll do mnemonic this week if you want to. Just come in and remind me, because I'll probably forget. We're going to do Proving Grounds on Tuesday. Oh, I got to read that blog post. Do I still have that blog post open, or do I need to find it again? Oh, no, here it is. Let's just make sure we don't close that. I need to read that for the course. I need to include its information in the course. Thank you, Harmjoy, for your continued contributions to Red Team Tradecraft. What was the blog post again? It was on some updates to ADCX exploitation since the original certified pre-owned post. Yeah, I'll post the link. Here you go. Basically, this blog post is useless to you unless you've already read the previous white paper. It looks like Bedrock was selected. Alrighty. Join room. Start machine. Wait, do we have lore? Barney is setting up ABC web server trying to use TLS certs to secure connections, but he's having trouble. Here's what we know. He was able to establish Nginx on port 80, redirecting to a custom TLS web server on port 4040. Okay. There is a TCP socket listening with a simple service to help retrieve TLS credential files, client key and certificate. There is another TCP TLS helper service listening for unauthorized connections using files obtained from the above service. Listening for authorized connections. Can you find all the Easter eggs? Oh boy. Okay, well, we'll give it a few minutes. It looks like we picked one that might not be too easy, but we'll see. We got time. I'm not in a hurry. I'm quite sure there will be Yabba Dabba Doo. Okay, don't you worry. It's pretty easy, very CTF-y. All right, well, we'll have fun with it regardless. I'm not in a hurry. I'm tired. Oof. I got up so late today, and yet I'm tired for some reason. I'll give it a few extra minutes because it's going to take us, it may not, it says take a few extra minutes for the VM to fully start up, so we'll give it a few extra minutes. What was the first question? What do you mean, the first question? It just says, what's Barney.txt flag? I don't know. We'll figure it out once the box is started up. Sound is too low, mate? Is anyone having trouble with the sound? It should be loud enough, I think. My sound levels look fine. All right, let's try. We'll give it another few seconds, and then we'll nmap scan it. Oh, we should probably connect to the VPN, huh? Okay. Let's try and ping it. Okay, we can ping it. Okay. Come on. Streamer, I set my volume too low, but I can't be bothered to check it. I'm not trying to say that's the problem. I mean, I do have audio issues now and then. It's better when you get near the mic, yeah, because I have the gain, like the mic. I'm supposed to like talk into it quite like this, and it's supposed to sound better. But sometimes I'm not all that great at it. Front row dead mouse last night, nice. If that's real, that's nice. How much did you have to pay for those on Ticketmaster? Ancient Frostilicus, thanks for the follow. I'm here for the ASMR. Like, I'm not trying to do ASMR, but I should probably talk into the mic a little bit better, that's for sure. If I want to do ASMR, I'd be using a dynamic microphone and not this one. Okay. Oh, yeah, we were going to browse to the 10, 130, 161. I think it said that it was at port 80. Okay, so it's redirecting to 4040, like the lore said. Let's check the SSL certificate. So just localhost. Oh, this is for fucking burp. Okay, we get the standard complaint about a self-signed certificate. Localhost, localhost. I kind of regret not doing the Dead Mouse party. It was kind of the same shit. I went to the Paranoids party. That was pretty fun. We had a good time. They had like a little scavenger hunt going on during it, which was kind of cool. Okay. Whoops. I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Can you believe this technology exists in Bedrock? It's helping to set up the server. He said this info is important. I only figured out Nginx so far. What the hell is a database? Bam Bam tried to set up a SQL database, but I don't see it running. Looks like it started something else, but I'm not sure how to turn it off. He said it was from the toilet and over 9,000. Need to try and secure connections with certificates. Okay. What terminal is that with the CRT effect? That's CRT. Cool retro term. It's called Cool Retro Term. You can download it. It's free. It is free and open source. So it looks like we have something on 9009. We have something on 80. We have Nginx on 80, which is redirecting to 4040. And we get some kind of crazy shit on 9009. So let's do all ports. Oh, excuse me. My goodness. Tac B tac. Oh, whoops. That. Let's do tac V as well. So we can see when it finds ports, because that's going to take a little while. So we saw something on 9009, huh? So let me make some notes for that. Hack the box. Try hack me. New notes. Bedrock. So we got something on 9009 that we can try and connect to. Netcat. 10, 10. 130, 161. 9009. What are you looking for? Not sure. You use this service to recover your client certificate and private key. Client certificate? Okay. Private key. Okay, so we have a certificate and private key. But what does this do for us? Is the question. I mean, we can impersonate the web server if we can get it to authenticate to us. I had a challenge like this on my CTF that requires you to understand how TLS works. So we have a client certificate and we have a private key. The question is, what is this? What good does this? We could do TLS inspection, yeah. Scratching. Just scratching my leg. Ah. What box he's doing? We're doing, oh, now we're not on driver anymore. Let me change it. Properties. Try hack me, bedrock. We got our private key. Help. Oh, well, that's okay. Okay. I thought I tried running help. Did I not run help? Okay, well, it looks like that cleared up what we used the certificate for. What a polite box. Indeed, very polite. It even tells me the command I'm supposed to use. SoCat. I didn't even know you could use SoCat for that kind of thing. Alright, let's just exit out of here. Oh, come on. There we go. We'll kill it. Netcat. What port is it? 54321. Test. I mean, we're connected to something. Well, it gave us a... Let's vim client.cert. Set paste. Okay. Okay, and we'll vim client.key. How was God of War? I'm not done with it yet. But I think it probably deserves Game of the Year. Having played both Elden Ring and God of War, I'm enjoying God of War more than Elden Ring. And then they gave us a SoCat one-liner to connect. I deeply recommend God of War Ragnarok. It is an extremely good game. An extremely good game. The narrative is so interesting. And I can't say much about the narrative without spoilers, but I'm so interested in what's going on. And cert equals client.cert. And key is client.key. Help. I mean, you just nicely ask the bot this thing for help.
In addition to my collection.
You just... I'm just asking for... Okay. Can I execute commands here? Is for login and password hints. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how this shit works. Yeah, you just ask nicely, it seems like. You just ask really nicely, and the box is like, sure. Here you go. This looks like an MD5 hash. Let's go to Crack Station and see if we can crack it. Did not crack. Or is that just the password? Is the hint just a password? Oh, come on. SSH. Is it Barney Rubble with a space? It can't be Barney Rubble with a space. Is it going to be Barney at 1010 130 161?
Hacker Man.
I guess I'm in. I don't know. Can you stop yawning? I can't stop yawning, okay? I'm tired today. But, like, I'm literally just trying stuff. I don't know. This happened on the last box, too. It presented me with a login prompt, and I just went, I don't know, admin, and boom, I was in. I don't know. I'm just guessing right today. So we're Barney. Barney.text. Is this a flag? This is a flag. Okay, so we've got one flag now. There are 4 flags, I think. God of War must be really exhausting. I'm not actually playing as much God of War as you would think. I'm working on the course. I'm doing onboarding for Rapid 7, getting all my stuff set up, so I'm ready to shadow next week. Doing all kinds of stuff. What is Fred's password? Well, I guess we're gonna find out. Sudo tacl. What was the password? Was this MD5 hash? Certutil? Certutil is a Windows thing. Let's go to GTFO bins. So we can generate certificates. Can we authenticate with certificates on a Linux machine? So the next one is asking what Fred's password is. I'm not sure how to use certutil just yet. Hang on a second. Certutil tac h. Okay. So certutil is different on Linux. Okay, we have Fred's stuff. So we can take. Can we take Fred's? Can I read? I cannot read this file. Not in the file system, but maybe certutil can. Tac help. Okay, so this certutil. This is a different kind of certutil. This is not the Windows certutil, and I think it's just a custom-made thing. So if we get Fred's certificate and key, we can get his password, I would assume. So the question is, how can we? It doesn't give us any options here. User bin certutil. Is this something custom, or is this like a... certutil? Is this version of certutil custom? Can we just generate a new key for root? Possibly. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I would assume we could generate a new certificate for root, like, to be clear, but I don't know if we can authenticate with certificates as root. I keep yawning, dude. Fuck. I guess we can try sudo tac u Fred. User bin certutil. So this is in user share ABC certs, but we cannot read because these files are owned by root. So it says generate new key pair. Is this? I still don't know if this is like a custom thing. ASCII text. Oh, so it's Node.js. Okay. Now we're getting somewhere. I just want to know what the nature of this executable is. I mean, it's not a script, it's a symbolic link. It's just going to show this again. Yeah. So this is node dist certs. I mean, my question is, how is this being written? Is this just a node? I guess, is node just generating that? So certs.js. Okay, this at least looks like what we're executing. I mean, it's not. Okay, so it's all smushed together. What's the difficulty of this box? Easy? It's rated easy. Cert file? I just want to see if I can read Fred's certificates. I don't want to generate new ones if I can avoid it. But I guess I should probably do that, I guess. Okay, here's where it's parsing the arguments. Alright, well, I guess we're just generating a new one. Okay, so we're Fred, and we'll tack H, and we'll do Fred, like Y full name. Okay. I did sudo, I guess maybe not tack you, Fred? Okay. This is very strange. Like, I don't know. This box is very, very weird. This is not how any box would be in real life. It's very, very strange. I don't know what is going on here. It just keeps getting weirder. I guess Fred dot, like, key. For fuck's sake. Can you please just fucking paste the whole goddamn thing? I don't know why Vim does this, where it just cuts off the beginning of it. Alright, what was that SoCat line? Cert util tac A? There is no tac A. There's no tac A. I don't know what you're talking about. Why would I do tac A? There is none. This is very, very strange. Name or service not known. Oh, machine IP. I gotta change that. What is it? Where is... Why do I keep closing the try hack me window? Why do I keep doing this? I gotta log in again, don't I? God damn it. Because I was in a fucking incognito window. I gotta log in to try hack me again. Okay. Fred Flintstone is authorized. Help. Okay, well, there's your yabba dabba doo. Alright, I guess we got there. For Fred, at least. Again, very, very strange machine here. Very, very weird. I think Vim does that when you don't paste in insert mode. I don't know why it does it. I just feel like it happens a lot. Let's kill that. Let's go back over here. Sue Fred. Okay, we're Fred. Cat Fred.text. There's that there's the new next flag. Yeah, we got Fred. We've got 3 flags now. And now we need root.text. So sudo tac l. Okay. Very, very strange machine here. Very, very odd. So sudo. We can do base 32 and we can do base 64. I guess we'll do base 64. And we can just pipe that into base 64-D. Wait, that looks like base 32. Yeah. So this is, so we base 64-D. And this looks like base 32. So now we pipe that into base 32-D. And that looks like base 64 again, so base 64-D. And that looks like a password. Or it looks like an MD5 hash, but it's probably a password. So root. It is not. Let's try crack station. Flintstone vitamins. Okay. And there we go. Very strange machine. But we did get there. Did I do that the way it was supposed to be done? I feel like, did I skip a step or two? Like, by guessing? I don't know. I just felt like I was feeling around the whole time. Like, what did... Clayhack said TAC A? I have no idea why he said TAC A. There was no TAC A on the cert util. Like, there is no TAC A here. There was cert util LS, and then there was just generate new key pair. So I just kind of was just feeling around in the dark. Very strange machine. Interesting, but strange. I think there was another help message. Okay, well, we got there anyways. We did it, boys. Very odd. But, you know. How does it look like base 32? Okay, let me scroll back up. So, you just get to... Base 32 is all caps. There are no lower cases in base 32. So, I just saw something that... basically, my trigger for it's probably base 32 is if it looks like base 64, but all caps. Like... There's only capital letters in base 32. So this looked like base 32. And also, it mentioned base 32 right here. So that it was just a guess. There was a show command in the source output you were working through. Was there a show command as well? Why doesn't it put all of the commands? That just looks like the same as LS. Yeah, that's the same one as LS. TAC A? I don't know. It worked, okay? It worked out. I am actually a monkey, Feanor, and Ancient Frostilicus. Thank you for the follows. All right, any questions? Any questions? That last box, a little bit strange, a little bit odd. Not bad, not a bad box, but a little bit strange. Let's see if we can find someone to raid. It's usually slim pickings on Sunday, though. What was your favorite Flintstone vitamin growing up? Oh my god, those things were like candy. I mean, you could easily overdose on vitamins just by eating those as a kid. They tasted so good. I think the grape one was clearly the best one, Jiffaram. But they all tasted good, but clearly the purple grape one was probably the best one. Can you explain the base 64? Yeah, I can. Hang on. Okay, so what we see here, this is very CTF-y. You're not going to see this in real life. This is very CTF. Sorry, I had to sneeze. So we see that we can run the base 32 command on root pass.txt, which presumably is root's password. And we can also run base 64 on root pass.txt. Okay? So we run it the first time. I just ran base 64, and I used the pipe command to pipe it automatically into base 64-D. Like, so just like, so base 64 encode it, and then just immediately decode it, is what I was saying. And we get this, which is the actual contents of the file. This is what the file actually contains. So this looks like base 32. So I just piped that. I just added on to the command that I already executed. I just made it, okay, decode base 32 now. And then the next string we get looks like base 64 because there are lowercase letters. See? Fuck. So I just added on yet another base 64-D, and we got this MD5 hash. And then we cracked it in CrackStation. Yeah, I just keep sneezing. I don't know what's going on. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. Like, if we look at pass.txt, this is the actual contents of the file. And if you... This looks like base 32. So you can... Base 32... decode it. You get base 64... And so you base 64 decode that. The pipe operator here takes the output of the previous command and puts it into the next command. Hopefully that makes sense. And then we finally get this MD5 hash, which we crack to give Flintstones vitamins. Had Tibbs made that box, the password would have been Zord. It better have been, or I'd have been disappointed. Does that make sense? Very CTF-y. You're not going to see anything like that in real life. In real life, that'd be very, very weird. We've got OA Labs live. So we'll send him a raid. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll be back on Tuesday, assuming I don't have any meetings in the afternoon. Yeah, my brother is streaming, but I try to stay in the InfoSec community if I can. My brother is streaming Black Desert Online. Critical is playing God of War Ragnarok. If you want to see God of War Ragnarok, one of my favorite streamers is playing it right now. He looks like he's in the boring section of the game. By the screenshot, it looks like he's in the... There's like... I have one tiny critique about God of War Ragnarok, and that's that one... There's one section of the game that is very boring. Fortunately, it doesn't last very long in the overall scheme of things. But it still feels like it goes on way longer. What is that streamer's name? Moist Critical. He's one of the biggest streamers on the platform. I think you're going to find him. Just look in the God of War Ragnarok category, and you'll find Moist Critical, like one of the first ones, I'm sure. Go to bed tonight, knowing a little bit more than you did yesterday. Give OA Labs Live my love. See you guys again when the stars are right. Have a good night. Stay safe. Get vaccinated. Love all of you guys.